Another week, another platinum trophy. This week we have turned into a shark. Yes, that's right, this week we will be getting the platinum trophy for Maneater. This game is all about eating fish and eating humans. Before we get into the trophies, go ahead and press both like and subscribe, both are greatly appreciated. Unlike the previous games we have done so far in this series, I can get all the trophies before taking on the final boss. There is only one trophy that you sort of have to grind for a little bit, but only for about 30 minutes or so. We have our first two trophies popping almost right after each other. First of all, we just had to complete the tutorial for Learn to Swim. Then after a cutscene of watching our mother perish and biting off Scaly Pete's hand, we get the trophy Survivor for surviving birth. We are then thrown into a body of water to fend for ourselves, and that's exactly what we did. Our first objective is to get to the grotto, which will be our safe space. On the way, I make sure to eat as many sea creatures as I possibly can to start leveling up. After making my way to the grotto, we are able to equip our first evolution, giving us adaptation. I then continue on going around that first area, collecting as many collectibles as I can, eating as many fish as I possibly can, so there won't be much for me to do later. I eventually become a teenager, receiving the trophy growing up. After enjoying my favourite meal of humans, there was a bounty after me. After more tasty humans arrived, including a guy named Bayou Willie, I finally reached the Infamy level 1 to get the trophy Infamy level 1. After completing several objectives in Dead Horse Lake, a new creature emerges, this time an apex predator version of the Barracuda, a bigger and tougher opponent. Eventually we defeated and ate the apex predator for the trophy Delicious. A short time later, after getting a few more collectibles, I quickly travelled back to the grotto to transform into an adult for the trophy On Your Own. Golden Shore objectives were completed, and of course another apex predator has shown itself. This time it was another shark, the Mako. After an intense battle, we defeated the apex predator for the trophy Shark on Shark Violence. I wasn't done there though, I went back to Fortic Bayou to take on the apex predator Alligator, giving me the trophy Gator Meat. With that apex predator defeated, that resulted in me getting 100% in that area, also giving me the trophy Dominating the Bayou. And I still wasn't done. I went through and completed the objectives in Sapphire Bay as quickly as possible to take on the apex predator Hammerhead to get the trophy Pound It. I've now got to the point where I've done as much as I possibly can before having to take on Scaly Pete again. After a battle with his boat, we defeat him. We receive 2 trophies, New Breed and Survived Again. A cutscene plays out where we jump up onto the boat and take one of Scaly Pete's legs. However, we are then set on fire while on the boat. Thankfully, we were right next to the gas tank of the boat, blowing us all up. Both myself and Scaly Pete somehow survived, but unfortunately Kyle never. Scaly Pete is now angrier than ever.
Kyle! Kyle!
Despite blowing up, we get back to our safe space and transform into an Elder, giving us the trophy Wiser. Now that I have become an Elder, there are now several locations within areas I've already visited that I can finally enter, which is exactly what I do. I make my way over to Dead Horse Lake to collect the last collectible for Queen of the Wasteland. Next up is Golden Shores for Tourist Visitor. Finally is Sapphire Bay for dropping property values. Now that I've got 100% in these areas I've already been to, it's time to move on to the next area called Prosperity Sands. Yet again, my main focus was getting all of the collectibles. Now that I am the highest level I can possibly achieve, I am easily able to munch on the large majority of creatures that I see. First up, I cleared up all the objectives that allow me to take on the apex predator of this area, which is a great white shark for the trophy This Is My Movie. I then realized there is one more level above Elder, which is Mega Growth. I head back over to my safe space and then transformed to receive the trophy Ocean Terror. I then finished everything up in Prosperity Sands, collecting all of the collectibles to get the trophy Vacation from Hell. New area, same old story. This area is called Caviar King. This time I took on the apex predator last, however. The apex predator this time was an orca. Once we defeated the apex orca, we received both the trophies Tricks Didn't Help Ya and Entertained to Death. There was just one area left to go, which means there is just one apex predator left to munch on. This time it was an apex sperm whale. Being as this was the last Apex Predator, it was definitely the toughest. But after a while, the Apex Sperm Whale was defeated and I received the trophies The New Apex Predator for defeating all Apex Predators, and I Thought You Were Tough for defeating the Apex Sperm Whale in the Gulf. The penultimate thing to do was to collect all of the collectibles in the Gulf, which was easily done. This gave us the Deep Sea Explorer trophy and the Garbage Collector trophy. Before heading out and doing the grindy bit, I thought, you know what, let's go and finish up the story. I went and fought Scaly Pete for the last time and we received the trophy, Vengeance is Mine. However, I realized there was one collectible that I missed. There was a landmark location that I had not found in the Gulf, which means I had to swim around for quite a bit trying to find it. After a bit of back and forth, I found the last landmark and received 3 trophies all at once. First up was Ruler of the Deep for completing all objectives in the Gulf. The second one was the Queen of the Ocean for reaching 100% objective completion in all regions. And finally Tourist for finding all other landmarks. So the last thing we needed to do was grind out some eating of humans and destructions of boats to reach Infamy level 10 and to also receive the final evolution. After spin ramming my body into boats for about 30 minutes, the final Infamy boss showed themselves and I took them on in battle. After a lot more spin ramming into their boat, I finally defeated the final boss to receive the last 3 trophies. First was Science Experiment for acquiring all available evolutions, and then the Infamy level 10 for reaching level 10 Infamy. And of course, last but definitely not least, the Platinum Trophy. If you've not played Maneater already, I highly recommend it. I believe it's currently available through the PS Plus subscription. This Platinum Trophy took me a little over a day to complete. Total game time was probably just under 12 hours. If you're a casual player of video games, this can easily keep you entertained for several days. The game is a whole lot of fun and you won't be disappointed. I have a lot more of these Platinum Trophy hunting videos planned for the next several weeks, so please do go ahead, press like and subscribe if you are interested. It's going to be a great time, I can tell you that.